Yeah, I am Honorable Madisise, Chairperson of, Vice Chair of the Special Committee.
I'm Honorable Swaibu Ture, member of the committee.
I'm Omar Jame, member of the committee.
I'm Honorable Alhaji Mbo, a member of the committee.
Thank you very much. Mr. Witness, we apologize for the late start of the business. And since this is your second time appearing before the committee, I just remind that the statement is the same, that you are someone to help in the investigation of the sales and disposals of the assets forfeited to the state. So I did not go through the statement once more. Thank you. Yeah, and the oath remains as well. Okay. Legal counsel. So
yes,
you're good to go.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Welcome back, Mr. Colley. Considering this is your second appearance before this committee, I am hereby reminding you that you're still under oath. We can begin your testimony. But before we do, there's a few things I would like you to confirm for the committee. In your previous testimony last month, there was a few information that the committee had requested, and you informed the committee that you would go back. When you go back to your office, you would search, and especially search as well the records office of the Ministry of Justice. The first one being information and documentation with regards to the task force that was established by your predecessor after the High Court delivered its order on the 22nd day of May 2017. Yes, have you?
Remember what the fact to produce was?
So let's change the mic first.
As far as I can recall, like to what I was asked to produce was the memo that was issued by Mr. Tal to myself, and I think the submission that I made is clear. It was whether the memo and additional documents that I may have.
Mr. Colley, before we got into the issues surrounding the memo, this was the first request. We had requested for you to provide 3 different things. The first one being documentation. You had stated that the ministry keeps or has kept its correspondences between the ministry and the commission and the High Court, that there is possibly a commission of inquiry file that would contain everything. You want us to play that part of the
You can play what I said. What I said was, when I took over the office, I did not see any file.
Yes, you stated that.
Yes.
And we had agreed that that the records regarding assets would be kept by the central registry for the ministry and not by the Registrar General's department itself.
Yes.
Yes. And you stated that you'd endeavor to find these documents, any document that is relating to this. Did you or did you not find?
Well, I was able to see maybe a couple of documents that may be of use to you.
Where are these documents?
They are here with me.
All right. Please pass it to the Secretariat. Secretariat, you can show these documents to the Honorable Chair and members of the committee first.
think there are 2 documents. I said, okay, yeah. So, yeah, so it's fine. These are the 2 documents here. I was also asked to cancel.
Yes, please.
I was also asked to compile a list of all the properties.
Yes. Do you have that as well?
One.
Hand over to Secretary.
I submitted via email to the Secretariat.
You did.
Yeah, submitted. And it was acknowledged.
Are those documents different from this
No, they're
one?
different from this, yes.
They're different.
Yeah.
When did you submit this, please?
This was a week after I left.
Your testimony.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Mr. Thank you for providing these documents. We will get into the contents of these documents later on. You had mentioned the memo. However, this, by the way, do you have these documents that you've given us? Do you have a copy with you there? Or you can also take a look?
Yes.
All right. No problem. Okay. So these documents you provided, we would need a little bit of time, Honorable Chair, for Secretariat to make of the documents the witness has just provided for the committee, so that the committee can follow the interaction with the witness. So I'll set this aside. Copies have already been made for the committee.
Well, let's go. Okay, that's okay.
So, Mr. Kohli, before we get into all the landed properties that some of which we had the last time, and the contents of the document that you just provided. Last that you were here to testify, we spoke about the orders of the High Court that the High Court delivered on the 22nd of May 2017, which froze the former president's assets and also put some of, or not some, but all his assets in the custody and control of different departments within the government, and also appointed a receiver for the companies, which was from the private sector. All immovable and movable assets owned by the former president were placed in the custody and control of the Registrar General. And at the time in 2017, Mr. Aliu Jallow was the Registrar General until you were appointed as acting Registrar General in December 2018. Yes. I'm going to show you a letter, or sorry, two letters that follow each other. You had informed this committee that following your appointment, there wasn't at any point in time where you did any work, write letters, did inventories or anything with relating to the assets of the former president.
Yes.
I used the
immovable properties.
Yes. Or before the issue of cancellation of title registration, all of that came into place. This in December 2018 between December 2018 to March 2019, when the commission concluded its work. You had informed this committee that you did not do any work, be it writing letters, reports, or anything, correspondence between you and the commission.
That is correct. I can't remember doing anything.
You cannot remember. But then, are you saying there's a possibility that you did?
It's possible, correspondent, but in terms of doing actual compilation or doing anything regards to any asset.
Okay, but there's a possibility that you wrote letters to the commission?
It's possible, yes. Yes. It's a possibility. I can't remember.
Mr. Kore, I want you to give me concrete answers.
I cannot remember.
You cannot remember,
I
right?
writing any correspondence regarding that, commission.
Even where you were written to by the commission?
No, I cannot remember.
You cannot remember receiving letters?
No.
All right. Honorable Chair, I am referring the committee to RS 59 and RS 60. Yes, please. Secretariat, can the witness be shown these two letters? Honorable Chair, if we can give the witness maybe 2 minutes to just read these two letters.
Okay, that's fine.
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So, Mr. Foley, have you seen those letters before?
No.
You've never seen those
Never
letters?
seen them.
Especially RS 59, the one dated January 2019.
No, I've never seen them.
You've never seen that?
Never seen the document.
Who is that letter addressed to?
Acting Registrar General.
Okay, who was the acting Registrar General in January 2019?
I was the acting Registrar General. I've never come across this correspondence.
Ordinarily, who would have received this letter then, if you did not receive it?
I mean, it should be sent to my office, but sometimes it passes through the records and then goes to the Solicitor General.
And then?
And then to whoever is the acting Registrar General. And then this period I was the acting Registrar General. I've never come across this document.
So are you telling this committee that when the ministry received this letter, it was received by records sent to the Solicitor General, and somehow, even though it's addressed to you, never got to your desk?
It's addressed to the acting Registrar General. So it's a possibility that Central Registry may have received it and sent it to us. But since we have this copy, I mean...
Sent it to who?
Solicitor General, but it was addressed to me and UFS Solicitor General. So if I don't have it, maybe Solicitor General should have it as well. So if it is UFS, that means it should pass through the Solicitor General.
What does UFS mean?
For emergency, it must be received by the solicitor before it gets to me. That's why it's UFS. Under, I don't know how it's a Latin word, like under the fairy, whatever. That means before it gets to me, it has to be endorsed by the Solicitor General, then it will get to me. So I'm sorry if it was sent to the ministry, it should be in our records.
It should be, the commission is, read out the contents of the first one. The first one was dated August 2018. I understand you were not the Registrar General at the time.
Yeah.
But just read out that letter.
Reference is invited to the above mentioned subject. I'm directed to kindly request you to update the Commission on the status of the stock carried out at Kenilai. In the event that the exercise was completed, a detailed report should be submitted to the Commission. Respectfully submitted for your kind information and necessary action.
And then the other one, the one dated January 2019.
With reference to the above mentioned subject, I am directed to remind you of our letter reference so dated 8 August, requesting you to update the Commission on the status of the stock carried out at Kenilai. In the event that the exercise was completed, a detailed report should be submitted to the Commission on Monday, 29 January 2019 without fail. Please treat as a matter of urgency. It shows that the first letter was not acted upon.
Yes, in August 2018.
Yes.
And then
Subsequently,
months later, they sent another letter,
yes.
still requesting for the same information. And now you're telling this committee that you never received.
Never received it.
So therefore, can we say that the commission never received the information it was looking for?
I'm not sure. Because this is, but I can still follow up at the registry to confirm. Because the first one was directly addressed to the acting Registrar General.
Yes.
So that's why I made it for that reason. I mean, because the acting Registrar General did not act then. That's why this time, the second one, to follow the UFS, the Solicitor General. So it should be in our records.
It should be in your records.
So that means if it is received in the records, the SD should have endorsed it. Yeah.
All right, Mr. Colley. So please, I hope this one you don't forget. Honorable Chair,
Never forget.
I am applying for perhaps an order for the witness to search and produce a copy of the response the Attorney General's chambers did or wrote to the Commission regarding that letter, those two letters that he is holding.
I hope he will take note.
You want both or the latest one?
Well, the first one was not replied.
Was not known.
Exactly, so the second one, yes.
So if I can have copies so that I can provide copies to the records, because they have a database distributed to track.
Okay, no problem. We will, at the end of your testimony, we will give you copies of that letter.
Council Board, when do you want him to produce this? I think it's better to give him a timeline.
Yes, by Monday? Yes. Is that sufficient time?
I'll be out of the jurisdiction, but I'll endeavor to do it. I still have tomorrow, so if it is in our records, we are able to locate it.
Okay. Mr. Coley, apart from, you can see in that letter, the Commission is requesting for stock or an update on the stock at Kanilai, right? So, apart from such an update, by the way, before I ask my question, does the Registrar General's Department have a copy of a report or an inventory of stock that was found in Kanilai?
No, we don't.
There isn't a report?
No.
Even though your predecessor did an inventory of assets that he found in Kanilai?
No, I didn't inherit any file where, a list is inside or included. So there's no such a record as far as I know.
Were you supposed to inherit a file, or it was just supposed to be handed over?
Handed over, technically, yes. If I handed over.
Which you did not follow up on?
No.
The handing over?
No.
When you realized your predecessor did not hand over issues, documents, reports, just anything that was related to the assets of the former president and the Commission of Inquiry, you were just complacent and you did not say anything or request for any information?
No, I did not request for any.
Can you now see how your lack of making requests has caused certain issues?
Say it again?
I said that now, can you see that your lack of taking an initiative or endeavor to obtain all of these information from your predecessor, that it is causing some issues? For example, you cannot provide the information that this committee needs, even though you're still Registrar General and you were Registrar General then.
Yeah, I see your point, but I mean, we are all lawyers, so if you have a mandate, but you continue to act.
Sorry, you said if you have?
If you don't have a mandate, or if a mandate ceases to continue to act in certain capacity, but you continue to do so, so whatever consequences are there, I mean, the person should be responsible. So I can only act on something that is brought to me, I mean, to my attention.
But okay, continue.
Yes, because I was not handing over. I was already given a memo to start acting as acting Registrar General. Meanwhile, my predecessor, my colleague, Mr. Jallo, was moved. But like I said, there was no file. So it didn't occur to me to follow up to ask for something that I was not sure it exists.
All right, but now that you clearly now see, like you said, you see my point, that you should have at the time taken up the responsibility. Because the commission aside, there was a standing order, or there were standing orders of the High Court. There were orders that were existing at the High Court that were specifically addressed, or were specifically addressing the Registrar General. So it did not specify the name of any individual. It states Registrar General, meaning as long as those orders were subsisting, whoever was Registrar General was supposed to take control and custody of assets of the former president. And eventually, if the commission needed any information with regards to said assets or anything relating to the order of the High Court, the commission would, like they have done, write to the Registrar General to receive information and updates.
Yes, I agree. I mean, you can only act when you have clear information that, in fact, there exists something that you should continue to act upon. All right. So, as acting registrar, I cannot just, after my appointment, I cannot just go around searching for something that, may be entrusted to me to act.
Yeah, but Mr. Kuli, you were aware there was a High Court order, isn't it? At your last appearance,
yes.
you were given a copy of you were shown a copy of the order.
Yes.
And you had confirmed that you were aware that before the commission was established, the Attorney General had instituted a suit and obtained orders.
Yes.
You were also aware that after the order was delivered, your predecessor had established a task force, and you even informed this committee that you would occasionally see members of the task force at the ministry, having meetings. Yeah. So you already know what was going on, didn't you, before you became Registrar General?
Yes, yes.
Yes, after you became Registrar General, why didn't you take up the initiative to follow up with your predecessor or even the Solicitor General, or perhaps with the AG, to gather information on the work that the task force was doing, whether the task force was still ongoing, or just any information, and then ask where you can pick up from, so that you can pick up from where your predecessor stopped?
I mean, I don't know. I could have done that, but out of caution, I didn't think it was prudent for me to continue to act, because immediately after, before, immediately I was appointed. There shouldn't be...
Sorry, please bring the mic closer to you so that...
So immediately, I was appointed Registrar General. My colleague continued to act. I continued. So afterwards, all right, because everything should have been, transferred or handed over immediately. But if you continue to act, and later on, I'm not expected to just come and say, okay, where did you stop? All right, or to follow up to say, well, I'm supposed to do this. So I didn't see need. To me, it was not prudent to do that, because then I'll be inheriting or taking over something that I was not, repeated from the beginning. At some point, sometimes, institutional memory is important. If you start something, it's good to continue, unless there is a detailed handing over, so at least to guide you as to what you're supposed to do. So I think, then it didn't occur to me to at least request for everything to be handed over to me.
Well, Mr. Kuli, if you had received a handing over, this issue of institutional memory wouldn't have come up with it, because you would know where to continue, what your predecessor did, and where you were supposed to continue.
That is correct.
And you did not request from your predecessor. You also never spoke to the Attorney General or the Solicitor General about this?
No.
Why?
Well, I don't know. I think the testimony of my colleague, the handing over was not smooth. When I was transferred to, to act as acting Registrar General, it was not smooth. Because my colleague, then Mr. Jallo, was supposed to move to companies. But the then Registrar of Companies was not willing to move. All right, so there was that, back and forth, and then eventually they had to call the... it took over 3 months before he can, he eventually moved. He was eventually removed from the office. So there was that problem. So there was no handing over, per se. So during the period, I was acting Registrar General. Meanwhile, Mr. Jallo was occupying my office of Registrar General. I was still in my old office. So was that issue the ministry. So we faced a lot of challenges during the period. So yeah.
What you're explaining, it seems it's just deals with Mr. Jallo and his own predecessor in the company's registry. How does that affect handing over between Mr. Jallo and...
Like I said, if maybe there was a smooth transition, Mr. Jallo smoothly moved to companies, maybe then we would have maybe occurred to him to provide a handing over. But there was no handing over. I was only issue a memo to act. That's it.
So, Mr. Jallo, can we say that you really did not carry out all of your functions as Registrar General between December 2019? Sorry, between the time you took up office as Registrar General, it's December 2018, correct?
Yeah.
Yes. So between December 2018 to perhaps, let's say, the end of the Commission's work, which was in March 2019.
Yeah, you
can say you did not do everything you were supposed to.
Not everything.
Okay.
Especially with regards to this Janneh Commission activities, no.
Okay. And then can we also say that you played a part in, or you would have a hand in any of the issues that would arise from your failure of acting?
No. I mean, if you
Why
want,
not? I mean, you failed to execute your responsibilities according to the High Court's order. You also failed to respond to the Commission's correspondences. So thereby, if the Commission faced any issues and subsequently any issues that followed your lack of
my inaction,
your inaction, then therefore you played a part in it.
No, I didn't.
Why not?
Because if it was, I can only act when it is brought to my attention.
Well, Mr. Colley, you knew what was going on. You knew the commission was on. You knew there was an order. All of that, you assumed office in December 2018. You saw no handing over was done, but you still did not request for a handing over from Mr. Jallo. You did not bring up this issue with the Solicitor General or the Attorney General.
I mean, the Solicitor General then was aware of the challenges that I was facing.
Which were?
Which were allowing Mr. Jallo to move and hand over or move to the companies and then hand over the responsibility of acting our Registrar General to me.
What was Mr. Jallo's inability to move into that office that he was supposed to occupy as Registrar of Companies? How does that affect his handing over to you? Don't you think actually Mr. Jallo continuing to occupy that office in the same building as you would actually help the handing over process more? Like he was still spending time within the registry.
Like I said, it was not that smooth.
So Mr. Jallo, what not for you?
Not for both of us.
How was it not smooth for you?
Because everything was, I mean, he was continuing to play the role or mandate of the acting Registrar General.
He was?
Yes.
Okay, and what were you doing at that time?
I can only report that to the Solicitor General then.
What were you doing?
Who for me is to act. So I was patient enough to follow up to say, look, I'm supposed to act, you know. So Mr. SD, then SD would tell me, look, Mr. I'll talk to him. I'll talk to him. So this took a while, over a month, you know. So when we finally moved, then there was no handing over. So it didn't occur to me to say, okay, there should be formal handing over in order at least to inform my actions, whatever is pending that, you know, they're supposed to do as my office.
Mr. Colley, are you aware that the Commission at some point conducted sales of assets that were under the custody and control of the Registrar General?
No, I was not aware.
To this date, you are not aware the Commission conducted sales of certain assets?
Yes, eventually. At the time I was not aware, but now, you know, it's public knowledge that in fact there were sales.
At the time?
Yes.
So, let's say in January 2019, the Commission conducted sales of certain certain assets. Were you aware
No, I was not aware then.
in February?
No.
When did you learn that the commission sold some assets?
Well, formally, I was aware when we had convened a meeting at the ministry.
When was that?
It was recent, immediately when National Assembly passed resolution that in fact there should be this investigation. So the Honorable Attorney General convened a meeting during which senior management had that discussion. So that's when firsthand I was aware that in fact there were sales. Yeah. But I was aware then that in fact there were sales, sale of cattle, yes, another.
You were aware about the sale of cattle?
Yes,
Then,
yes,
when it took place?
yes.
Okay. So, for sale of vehicles, were you aware? You were not. You want to say that sale of vehicles of different classes, you were not aware?
No, I was not aware.
At all?
No.
And then even after the commission concluded its work, you still were not aware?
No. I was not aware.
And all this time you were working at the Ministry of Justice?
Yes.
Mr. Coley,
Because the sales were, I think at the time they were under the mandate of the Director of Civil Litigation and International Affairs,
what was?
Mr. Binga.
What was under the director, under the
Mandate of, I think,
Mandate.
sales. Yes.
sales?
Yes,
These
sales or
assets-
transfer.
These assets were placed in the custody and control of the Registrar General,
Yes.
in your control, and in your custody and control.
The custody of the Registrar General.
Yes,
Yes.
and you were the Registrar General in February 2019.
Yes.
Yes, and you want this commission to believe that throughout, you want this committee to believe that throughout the work that the commission did with regards to sale, you were not aware
No.
at all.
You see, I was aware that my colleague, Mr. Jallo then, was acting on certain activities.
Such as?
Like I say, sale of cattle. He was
Okay.
involved in it, whether he was the one directly selling, but he was involved as a team that was doing some activities
Okay.
regarding the sale. Yeah.
What else was he involved in?
You mean Mr. Jallo? As far as I know, I cannot specifically say the items that they sold, but I was aware that they were selling cattle. But but for vehicles, I was not aware.
So as a staff of the Ministry of Justice, you also did not know that sales were being conducted?
No, I was not aware.
Okay. And then after sales, you did not ever hear that there are certain vehicles or tractors perhaps that were sold that needed to be transferred to new owners?
No, I was not aware. I don't know if you're familiar with the way the ministry operates. Most of the time, you may be there, but unless you come across a correspondent or someone tells you, you may not know whatever is going on there. But everything goes to the Solicitor General, and the Solicitor General will assign whoever is responsible officer to act.
Yes, but Mr. Coley, you were and still are a very senior officer at the Ministry of Justice.
That is correct.
One of the most senior officers at the ministry. You're still saying that apart from not being informed officially, perhaps maybe by the commission or you also you were telling this committee that there was no way that you would have been able to learn about the sale of these assets.
No. There was no way, unless someone informs me or a letter or whatever correspondence is assigned to me to work on.
So,
And I just want to say that also at that time, there was no senior management meeting. Yes. We're not having any senior management meeting because most of the time you should be privy, at least as senior official of the ministry, you should be aware. All right, especially maybe when we, convene the senior management meeting. But at that time, there was no senior management meeting, so.
So let me just confirm whether I really understand what you're saying. Currently, the ministry does have senior management meetings.
Yes.
How often?
Once a while. I mean, I think the last one we had was like 3 months ago.
Okay. So do we see a quarterly meeting?
Not quarterly. So sometimes, I mean, the AG, will convene a senior management meeting.
Okay.
And the running file will, does not come to us. So if you look at there's a running file.
Running file
for the ministry. It's called a running file, because normally when you correspond, copy to different, files. So there's a running file that is, should be circulated to senior management so that at least you go through it and familiarize or whatever. But the last time I saw the running file was a while ago. Right.
Okay. So was there a running file around in 2018, 2019?
There should be a running file, yeah.
There was.
There should be.
There should be.
Yeah, because that's the procedure.
Okay.
That anytime it leaves the ministry, we make 3 copies. So the 2 copies, will be placed in the running file.
Okay. So who convenes these management meetings?
Sometimes it's Solicitor General and sometimes the Attorney General.
Okay.
But most of the time it's Attorney General. We meet in his office. The unit of department heads will give update as to what they are doing, why they are challenges, so that at least as an office, we discuss and offer suggestions and so that yes.
So you're telling this committee that back in 2018 and 2019, when you became the acting Registrar General, there were no management meetings.
No. Not to my knowledge. I didn't attend any, senior management meeting then with the tenure of the former AG.
Okay. Since you were appointed until the time the former AG left office, there was no management meeting.
There could be a management meeting, but I was not aware of any that I attended.
Is there a possibility that a management meeting would be convened and a director will not be informed?
Yes, if you may be out of the jurisdiction.
Okay.
Also, it's possible. Because sometimes they just call all of us and say the senior management meeting are summoned to the office of the Attorney General.
Okay.
That is possible.
All right. So if, let's say, a director is absent because they're out of the jurisdiction, would their deputy step in for them?
A deputy should step in.
Okay. So in an event where you are unavailable, your deputy would step in?
Yes.
You have a deputy, am I correct?
I don't have a deputy.
Oh, you don't have a deputy, no. So if you are not available, nobody steps in for the department?
No, not under from my office, not from my office.
Okay. And when you have these meetings, are minutes taken?
Yes.
And they will be signed by all the attendees?
Not all the attendees.
Who would sign?
Secretary.
The secretary and the chair?
The chair.
Okay. And who would be the secretary in this instance?
So sometimes, during senior management meeting, the current, as we speak,
yes.
The AG will call one of, most of the time, his personal assistant to take minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, serve as secretary, and then take minutes.
Okay, thank you. Mr. College, before we move on to another issue, at these management meetings that you have at the ministry, when decisions are being made at these meetings, is it something that's made as a collective, or is it that the AG makes these decisions?
There is consultation.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, it's the AG or whoever is chairing, AG or SG would, instruct that to be captured as action point, and then be acted upon, yes. So it's like you are there, discuss on them. So if you have, it's like consensus. I mean, if you have any reservation, you may still voice it. But at the end of the day, if whoever is chairing believes that it's wrong, or your opinion is not sound legally, whatever, so he will instruct that, in fact, will be acted upon.
Okay.
Yeah, you may have your, reservations, but it still be captured as action point. It's a possibility.
So let's say an issue comes up in a meeting, in one of these meetings, and perhaps maybe it's with regards to something relating to either marriages, the industrial property registrations, or even deeds registration. At that instance, would you as Registrar General provide advice or clarity for the AG or the SGA?
Yes.
Yes.
I will
Okay.
provide.
But
And sometimes we are asked to provide report. So you report and make recommendation, and then
a written report, would it, or would it just be?
yes, you have a written report, but you at least you speak to your report and
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So now, if you're saying that throughout the time you were Registrar General under the former Minister of Justice, Mr. Abubakar Tamedu, you were saying that there were no management meetings.
I didn't say that.
Or you never attended a management meeting.
That is correct, yeah.
So you're saying there's a possibility management meetings where
Maybe convened, yeah.
and you were excluded.
Excluded, yeah.
Okay. Are you confirming, or you're just saying there might be a possibility?
It's a possibility.
Okay.
Yes. And so most of the time, then AG, someone, this SG then, for meetings, and then call one or two directors. But I don't think, if it's a senior management meeting, proper, all the directors
Should be present.
Yes.
Okay.
But, yes.
So can we say that the former AG was acting or making decisions without consulting all of his directors or all members of senior management?
Because senior management, I mean, maybe a member of senior management, but if you have an issue that has something to do with a different department, he may convene a meeting, and then other members who may not be affected are excluded. I don't know if you call that acting without consultation, but I'm sure the relevant or the affected department head would be invited. Yeah.
All right. So let's move on. At your last appearance, we had talked about requests that you had received with regards to title. After the commission concluded its work, it presented its reports to His Excellency the President, and then thereafter a white paper was published, and then government had different points to act on, and that included land as assets that belonged to the former president and his associates and related companies as well. So you stated that you received requests from the Director of Lands and Survey to cancel title for certain properties.
Right.
And also you received an internal memo requesting for the cancellation of properties, title under the deeds registry.
Yes.
Which you had stated here that you did not deem that memo sufficient enough, or did not have enough legal backing to cancel the memo, the title. But you still went ahead to cancel the title.
Yes, I said I combat it. And in my view, that is innocuous.
So Mr. Colley,
Yes.
I don't understand that issue that you mentioned the last time, that you don't deem the memo having enough legal backing to cancel title, but you still went ahead to cancel the title. But somehow you don't call it a cancellation, you call it encumbrance.
Encumbrance is like.
Please, can you explain that in detail?
At the time that I received the memo, all right, I was aware there was public knowledge that, in fact, there was a white paper, all right, which recommended that those people ordered that the properties should be forfeited, sold, or transferred. All right. So if there's a subsequent memo after the white paper, in my view, it was just encumbering or for noting, not for any legal or whatever, any act that has legal effects. Because there was no legal effect, so there was no prejudice. I mean, it was not legally prejudicial.
Are you saying the memo has no legal effect?
Not at that time, because yes, it was preceded by a white paper.
Okay.
Yes.
And then?
So if the white paper is saying forfeited, to be sold, or transferred for public use, of course, you cannot now write a memo to say cancel them. If it is give me a memo to say cancel them, I'll just note against it that in fact, cancel, but legally there was no effect. Because in my view, the white paper prevail over the memo. Because the memo cannot give a contrary instruction.
Do you know what the white paper said in regards to those properties, the land?
Not specifically those properties per se, but generally.
I'm not talking about the ones, the list, you said the memo attached to a list.
Yes.
Generally, the commission made recommendations regarding the land that was owned by the former president and his associates and companies, right? And then the government published a white paper.
Yeah.
And then the white paper accepted some of the
recommendations.
Do you know what the white paper?
Yes.
What white paper said with regards to properties in general, the land?
In general.
Not specific to the ones you received. Yes. What does it say? What did it say?
Some forfeited. Okay. Some should be sold, and some transferred for public use.
Okay.
As far as I know. I think.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, which one did you receive first? The letter from the Director of Lands and Survey, or the memo from the Deputy Director of Civil Litigation and International Law?
I have to check from the correspondent, but
you can check. You have the correspondence before you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can take a minute and check.
From the records, I think I received the memo before the letter from, especially from this copy, in which.
Which one are you referring to?
I just submitted them, but they're not admitted yet. It's dated 24th June 2021.
Okay.
And the memo I received was dated 1st June 2020.
The memo. Honorable Chair. Yeah, the witness submitted 2 documents to the Secretariat today.
Okay.
One is titled Internal Memo.
Yes.
And the second one is titled List of Landed Properties Owned by the Former President Janneh, registered with the Deeds Registry, Ministry of Justice.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a third one, cancellation of leases.
Yes, and a letter from the Department of Lands and Survey.
Yes.
It is the subject of the letter is cancellation of leases. It's dated 24th June 2021.
Yes.
Honorable Chair, I am applying that we adopt these documents and mark the first one being the internal memo. AC. Honorable Chair, let me just confirm the previous
ones. Okay.
previous one, so I don't make a duplication with the markings.
Okay.
Honorable Chair, we can mark the internal memo as ACA.
8.
A.
Or ACA.
Yes. The second one being the list of landed properties, ACB.
Okay.
And the third one being the letter on the letterhead of the Department of Lands and Survey as ACC.
Okay. A, B, and C.
Yes.
All right. Internal memo, ACA. ACA. Internal memo. Let me this one. A.
Council, the last time was we submitted some documents.
Yes, you did.
Okay.
Yeah, we have that.
What about the third one or the fourth one? Which is the reconciliation of leases.
That's the third one. There are 3 documents he provided today. Yes. The first one is internal memo. It's from Abdullah Koli. It's dated 21st December 2020.
Yes, okay. That's it.
December.
Yeah. It's 3 documents, yes, confirmed. 3 documents. So, Council, it's this one you're referring to as ACA is dated December 10th, 2020.
December 21st.
Now we have December 10, 2020.
Let's confirm from the witness because I have 2 memos. One is dated December 21st and one is dated December 10th. Mr. Koli, the memo you submitted today,
The one I
the
submitted
date on the
today,
memo,
the
yeah.
21st December.
21st
I may
December.
have submitted the other one previously.
Actually, Honorable Chair, the memo dated 10th of December 2020, prepared by the witness here, it was submitted by the Director of Lands and Survey and not by the witness.
Not by.
Yes. That is why the committee also had
So then you are yet to get his own.
his own.
Okay.
Yes. So that memo dated 10th of December is from the Director of Lands and Survey
Lands.
submitted it.
Okay.
Yes. No, the contents are not the same. Similar but not the same.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, Honorable Chair.
The one you have here, which you are referred to as from lands,
Yes.
actually is from Abdullah Koli.
Yes, but somehow
Copy to the director.
it's an internal memo of the Ministry of Justice, but somehow the Director of Lands and Survey has it and submitted it to the committee. Yes.
It should be rejected.
So I don't know, maybe you will tell us why the Director of Lands and Survey has a copy of your internal memo.
You can confirm and it can be readmitted again.
Right.
Well, if you give us a copy.
Yes, we will do.
Mr. Poli, can you confirm writing a memo to address to Mr. Kimbeng Tita on the 10th of December 2020? You remember writing a memo to him? Okay, so by the way, I think I should let you know that you copied the Director of Lands in your memo.
Okay.
Perhaps that is why he has your memo.
Okay.
Do you have this memo?
No, I don't have a copy.
But you prepared this memo.
If I can peruse it, I'll be able to confirm.
Very well. I believe Secretariat will provide you with a copy.
In fact, the content is the same.
Okay.
I don't know what the reason why we, in fact, issued two memos for the same issue.
But you wrote both memos.
Yes, I wrote both memos.
That signature is yours.
Yes.
Okay. So why did you write two memos that?
I'm not sure exactly why, but it's possible that, in fact, the copy that was sent to Mr. Tar, he may not have received it, and then maybe I printed another copy. But the same results. That to cancel, but apparently there were some properties that were listed without serial registration number, so we could not cancel them. Yeah, but it's the same issue.
Okay, it seems like you received a memo from Mr. Tar on the 1st of June. The first line of this, both memos refers to a memo dated 1st June 2020.
That is correct.
Do you have a copy of this memo?
No. In fact, what happened was, I think just the fourth cover page or first page was missing. So what he, yes, because maybe that's where he wrote or requested that I should cancel it. So in response, I just maybe wrote this memo and attached the list of property that he requested me to cancel.
So the list that is attached to these memos, the memo of the 10th and the memo of the 21st, who prepared that attachment?
It came from Mr. Tar.
Okay.
It came from Mr. Tar.
And then?
And then, because the properties are listed, so I was supposed to go through the list and then, cancel them in our register. That was the essence of the listing of the properties.
Which you didn't?
Which I did, but I indicated that in fact some of them could not be cancelled because...
So now you agree that you cancel the title?
Yes, in fact it can be... But I didn't deny the fact that I encumbered them. But technically, maybe following the letter from council, I mean the director of lands, then effectively I can say it was cancelled.
Mr. You know, this issue was it's still not clear to me.
Yeah.
You were supposed to cancel, but to you, you wrote cancelled next to these titles
Yeah.
in the manual registry.
Yeah.
By the way, at the time,
Yeah.
you had a digital registry.
No, manual.
When did you have the...
2019, that's when we started
No,
using.
but this one is 2020, so you had the digital registry at the time.
Yes, we started sometime in January 2019.
Okay.
But these properties were not in the register.
The
We're
digital
supposed to
registry.
archive, yes, because so we started from 2019 going forward.
Okay.
There was no archive, there was no database. We did not transfer the archives to the database.
Are the archives now transferred to
They are
the
not
digital?
transferred.
They are not transferred.
Because, yes, because the
6 years later.
yes, still not, unfortunately, still not archived
Why?
in the system. Because of challenges, because then we had a bill of almost millions, for the consultant to do that, to migrate, because remember the archives, they date back to colonial days, so we're supposed to now transfer every document to the system, and the bill was huge, and then, we could not afford to do that.
Okay, so you were saying that the attachment to this memo,
One and the same.
yes, all these properties and the serial numbers, they still in the manual records.
Yes, most of them.
So if
The
you
ones
were
that were
to,
registered prior to 2019.
okay, so well, all of these were registered prior to 2019.
Yeah.
So now, if I wanted to see the cancellation
Yeah.
that you have done or the writing you did next to the title, you would have to go into the manual records.
Yes.
Okay, and then we take a look.
I took a look and then confirmed.
Those huge books,
Yes.
one by one.
Yes.
Okay.
That's why it's difficult, to trace them unless you provide a serial number. Yes.
Even though these properties, we can say they are a little bit special, no? Considering the investigations they went through, the white paper, everything. You didn't bother to migrate these properties into a digital database.
No. We don't want to do it, piecemeal. We have to do it holistically. You cannot just pick and choose which one to transfer. So, to us, all titles are the same, irrespective of your status.
Mr. Colley, so where are now these manual records? Where are they?
They are available in the office.
They're intact?
Yes.
Nothing is wrong with them?
Nothing is wrong.
They are not wet?
No.
Okay, because your colleague testified here on Tuesday to say that
Now,
archives, the rain gets in it.
Now, challenge is the physical, some of them.
Yes.
Especially the title, the physical, but the past registers are concerned, they're all intact.
Okay, so when you say the challenges to the title, what do you mean?
There are some books, like title copies that
Yeah.
we retain copies.
Yes.
So those copies, some of them
Are lost.
They're there, they're not lost, some wet.
Wet.
Yeah.
So it's like documents being wet is normal.
But now, unfortunately, we have as far as my office is concerned, we have a deed store.
Okay.
Where now,
And there are no
we have
leakages.
no leakages, no.
So these ones that are wet, where are they?
They're still there.
At the store.
Yeah, store, yeah.
But they are no longer wet.
When you say we went, of course they will dry.
Okay. Have they been destroyed? Have they really
They are not
affected by the water?
No.
Okay.
Yes. They may not. They may have stains, but they're still good order.
The registers, the manual registers, are they somehow maybe arranged or divided by, is it just year, location? So for example, is land in Banjul and Carnifing registered in the same manual?
We have city deeds, we have combo deeds, we have provincial.
Okay. So now if I want to some of these properties that are located in Banjul, if you want to see the manual registry, we go into the city deeds.
Yes, city deeds, yeah.
Okay. And if you wanted them, the committee wanted to see these,
Yes, we can make them available.
you would make copies or you will bring the
I can bring
actual-
physical copies. I was impressed that the sheriff, current sheriff brought his file. So I think, one should be willing to provide everything.
Okay. You were impressed by
Available.
that?
Yes, I was impressed by
Okay.
that. So
We want you to impress us too.
I'll be happy to bring the file.
All right, Honorable Chair, I'm applying that the Registrar General provides us or provides the committee with the manual registers. Before we make a copy, if we can just see the manual registers so that a search can be done with these properties that we are discussing right now. Because prior to his appearance here, the investigators had gone to request that a search be done on the digital database, and it did not yield a lot of results.
Okay, again, I will timeline.
Yes, timeline.
Tomorrow.
You will receive all these registers.
So you want all of them, combo city,
Yes,
combo.
because if you take a look at your memo, you can see that some are in Banjul, some are in Kaniping, in the province.
bring all the
All right,
registered.
we want all the registers.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much.
Councillor, are you clear about this internal memo of the
No, yes, we still need to discuss the memos and its content. Honorable Chair, I think this is a convenient point for the committee to take a break, and then when we come back, we can now get into the content of the memos and the other documents that the witnesses submitted.
Very well. So the session is adjourned till 3 p.m.